Hey, hey. How's everybody doing? We're in for a treat today. We're in for a treat every day when it comes to me, don't it? Welcome. How's everybody doing this amazing day? Oh my goodness, it's Friday. Dum, dum, dum. Guess what? It's Friday, but then we'll take a blink and it'll be Monday. But you know what? I don't know how many people job was off on either today or Monday, considering Juneteenth. My job is not, which is crazy because I'm like, I guess we'll be off for the 4th, but not for Juneteenth. And isn't Juneteenth like a federal holiday? I'm thinking. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying. But I won't be celebrating no 4th of July anyway. So whatever. I don't care what they do. But I'll take the day off though and to get paid. Everybody, like and share as you come in. I hope everybody is doing well. We are in for a treat tonight. I want to do some house cleaning first. You know, I have to introduce my book, my product, the foundation. You know, we're doing a foundation and we're trying to get a building for our. We have a program coming up also with the foundation. And I'm going to just introduce that one to you. Now, the foundation is Ram in the Bush, and it's raminthebush.com if you want to look up the website. Okay. And what we do, we have classes for our on the job training of teens or young adults, I call them, from 18 to 25. And we teach CDLs. We have a security program, HVAC painting, flooring, plumbing, barber school. We also do car detailing. We have a mechanics program. We also have like a security armed and unarmed. Okay, just to get some of that out the way. And we're doing it for our children, and we are teaching our babies how to become entrepreneurs. And the ones that don't, because I know all of our babies don't want to be entrepreneurs, which is fine. But those that don't want to be entrepreneurs, we are teaching, giving you that certificate, and you could either work for the people that we place you under, or you can take it and work for someone else. Or from our entrepreneurs, they can work for themselves. We're trying to change the dynamics here. So y'all say, hey, let's be about it. Let's do it. Here it is. Let's make it happen. Where my 18 to 25-year-olds at? Go up on my website, Realm in the Bush, REALM in the bush.com. That take you right to the website. Sign up, donate. We have a clinic also that we're looking at, a clinic, and we're going to have a dentist, a lawyer, a therapist, medulla, OBGYN, and I said an attorney. I think I said that. Okay. So we are going to have those several people there, and they can come. They're going to make their own schedules. We just rent the building. They're going to pay weekly. It's going to be like booth rent for them, and they're going to come, and those services will be offered. Now that's 2. And also the third one, we're looking for vendors. We're going to start out with 50 vendors who want to come into one location. We are looking for a building now, and we're going to put you in one location, and we're going to act like, say, for instance, if you sell shoes, purses, jewelry, clothing, food. If you sell drinks, I don't care what you sell. If you sell whatever, raminthebush.com, okay? Sign up, and we're gonna do the flea market. And it's not gonna be like a flea market. I don't want to call it that because I want to call it something else, but it's not gonna be like the flea market, but it's gonna be all vendors together, and that'll be a place where we can come and sell our products. And we are doing this nationwide. So what I'm doing is just not for me, it's for us. So if I have people in Georgia that want to hook up with me, you know, of some Black businesses, realminthebush.com. Get in touch with me. Give me their phone number or give them my phone number. You have my phone number. Let me show you the paper. Make sure it's right. Okay. This is what we're trying to do. Okay. Just want you guys to know we're not playing no games here. If you serious about this, let's get serious and let's do something. Okay. I think y'all can see it, right? Okay. We're trying to do something. This is just not something that we are coming out of our buttholes with. We are trying to do something for our children. And it's just a shame. If I was talking about cussing somebody out, this live would be full. But when you talk about business and Black folks changing their lives, they just don't seem to want to do anything. And that's okay. The ones that want to do, let's do. 2/3 will not. And that's okay. I am here for the 1/3 that want to get busy and who's doers. Okay. I also have my book. Let's don't forget. My Mother's Love, have a book. You can go to Amazon and get that. I'll put it into my website. I'll put it into the comment section, after the video is over. But this is just some things that we are doing for our babies. We talk a good game, but when it's time to do, let's be about it. We ain't got time to do nothing else but be about it. Okay. So those are the things that's coming up for the ones that want to do. Let's do, and let's make it happen. Let's start talking about it. But I wanted to come tonight and I wanted to talk about our brother, right? Marcell Dixon. Then let's not forget, though, let's not forget about our babies that are missing. Remember I talked about this before. Remember in 2017, you guys, Burundi, these people, my babies, okay? These were my babies that came up missing from DC, and they were teenagers from one was 18, and then you had one that was 17, you had another one that was 17, you had another one that was 16, you had another one that was 18, and another one that was 17. So you had 6 that came from Burundi, Africa, into competition, and 2 of these teams came up missing, right? And then they all came up missing the same way. These teams, the Special Olympics came up. I just want you guys to know this is not the first time this has happened. This is the second time this has happened. Stop allowing your babies to come from Africa to America, because you might not see them again, because we got nasty white pedophiles, okay, that's running DC. And you had a senator, and his name was, and I'm not saying that he's involved, but I guarantee you, if you do some more digging, he was probably involved in the last case. So Joe Sestak, Sestak, right? He was a senator or an ex-senator that was involved, like the chaperone of the last ones, the most recent, which was the Special Olympics team. Okay. But I just I want y'all to understand this stuff is, you know what? I don't think I'm sharing my screen, you guys. Hold on. I did. This is my bad. I don't think I'm sharing my screen. But let me share my screen. I want y'all to see what I'm seeing. Okay. Let me share my screen. I'm just talking away and I'm thinking y'all seeing my screen. Y'all ain't seeing nothing. But let me help y'all out. Y'all finna see it now. How about that? Let's look at these teens. Those are my babies. Okay. These are the teens that came up missing in 2017. Okay. And I'm not even going to read that because we did a story last week about that. I'm not going to share it right now with you. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just introducing it because I want you guys to understand that this happened once before. Okay. And this is nothing new. And we need to start letting our brothers and sisters in Africa tell them, stop letting their babies come here to America with these white folk that they think got their babies back. You're not going to tell me that these teens just up and disappeared and now out the blue and talking about, oh, they didn't want to go back to their whatever, Burundi, or they didn't want to go back to Africa or whatever. So they just, who did they know here to help them to escape? If they knew somebody, it had to be a chaperone that helped them to escape. But who said that they was going to help them escape? And now these kids coming up missing. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you those babies have been trafficked. I'm telling you, you're not going to tell me they're not. Okay. Now that's not the only one. Now this one happened in 2017. Okay. And if you guys can pull that up and they talk about they go into more details, but I did a show on that last week. Y'all can put that up, but I'm just wanting to refresh your memory. We're going to get into the other stuff, but I'm just wanting to refresh our memory. And let's not forget our others here, the other 7 that came up missing, 7 members of the Haiti delegation. Let's not forget to be praying for them. And we are decreeing that everybody that had something to do with these babies being missing, that not only are they going to pay, but there's children's children to the 3rd or 4th generation. Because I'm sick of these devils doing whatever they want to do and getting away with it. They think they're getting away with it. But I'm going to tell you what, every police officer, my prayer is that even the ones that killed Michael Brown, he had a baby. Not only will Darren pay, but his children's children to the 3rd or 4th generation has got to pay, because he said, I visit the sins of the father to the 3rd and 4th generation. And I'm decreeing that they are going to pay. Whoever had something to do with these babies, them being coming up missing, they will not rest. They children will not rest. Children's children won't rest. And I think one came up, the one right here has just gotten came up missing recently. And I do want to read a little bit about that story. Let me see. Oh, I'm giving up my little secrets here, huh? But I want y'all, the 7th member of the Haiti Special Olympics delegation goes missing. Okay, let's talk about that. How is he the 7th member? What do you mean the 7th member has gone missing from Haiti delegation to a Special Olympic event recently staged in the Orlando area. Now, you know, Disney World is known for pedophilia. Y'all know that. Look up Disney World. Look it up. The one in Florida. Look it up. According to the, excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. What is that? Some Alasco County Sheriff's Office. Okay. We going by people that have been shooting black folk in the street. We're taking their word for what's going on. Go figure that one out. Okay. A seventh member has gone missing from Haiti delegation to a special Olympic event recently staged at the Orlando, Florida area, according to the sheriff's office. Okay, where was he at? How did he come up missing? And why nobody was watching this baby? Why was nobody watching him? This dude was 25, but he still needed security. If the other 5 had come up missing, or the other 6 had come up missing, why wasn't this young man being watched? Okay. He's 25, was last seen exiting a bus Saturday afternoon at Disney All-Star Sports Resort in Lake Buena Vista, Florida, per authorities. He was scheduled to fly back to Haiti the following morning. Sunday was the last day of the Special Olympics game, which began June 5th. As of June 6th, 6 members of the Haiti delegation had been reported as missing by the sheriff's office. Okay, these are the same men that's been killing black folk, black boys, right? So they have the nerves to want to investigate something. You really believe they investigating anything? Okay, let's not be fooled, and let's not understand, and let's not forget that they're not investigating anything. Okay, they may act like they're being investigated, but they ain't investigating nothing. But we're gonna believe them when they tell us that, you know, the story about the missing boy. Okay, let's just read. Let's entertain ourselves. How about that? At the time, the office stated, we believe this is an isolated event and do not suspect foul play. Okay, did y'all just hear me? Now, these are the same officers that's been killing black folk, right? And then the district attorney saying, oh, not guilty. We don't see any, there's no justification, so we're not even gonna bring them up on charges. These are your known drug gang members. These are your notorious gang members in America. But now he's gonna tell us 5, 6, 7 people came up missing. 7 people come up missing. You turn your key, but you don't take no clothes, but it's not foul play. We supposed to believe them? These are still the same people that tell us that the bad bodies hanging up on trees was no foul play, that these people killed themselves, but you ain't got no chair around them. How they get up there if they ain't no chair around them? I'm just asking. You ain't got nothing to stand up on. Don't you have to be standing up on something? Somebody got to hoist you up, or you got to have something where you jump off of and then you hang yourself. But how are you getting up there to do that if nothing's around you to call, you know, for you to step up on, to jump off of? It don't make sense. It makes no sense to me. But we're gonna go ahead and keep reading. The 6 men said to be with the Haiti soccer team were identified as Antone Joseph, 32. Now he was older. Then you had Nicholson, 20, Peter, 19. Then you had Anderson, that was 18, Stevenson, that was 24, Oriole, that was 18. When the last seen, they were near the ESPN World Wide Sports Complex in the Walt Disney World Resort. Now we all know. Look up Walt Disney World, and you'll see that they have been in the past brought up on a lot of pedophilia charges. Okay, and you're not gonna tell me that them boys ain't no hanky panky. You ain't gonna tell me, Mr. Sheriff man, that is no foul play. You're in on it. I don't care what nobody say. A lot of these police officers are in on this mess. How else does it happen? You don't have no cameras in Florida. You don't have no hotel, no cameras in the park. You don't have no cameras in the hotel where them boys was living. You ain't got no hotel. You ain't got no cameras nowhere around that area that can pull up the last time these boys were seen. Lie, lie, and lie. Okay? All of them turned, listen to this, family. All of them turned in their room keys and left their personal bags and belongings, the sheriff said. Now, does that sound right to you? I'm going to turn in my key. I'm going to go somewhere to live, to start a new life, but I ain't going to take no clothes. Does that sound right to you? They must think we crazy. They must think we damn fools. Plain and simple. I'm just saying, this don't even sound right. So you can go to all of them turned in their keys and left behind their personal bags and belongings. Really, Mr. Sheriff man? We supposed to believe you after you murdering no black folk like crazy and you're not being brought up on no charges. And then we supposed to believe everything you say, so we supposed to believe you. Okay, that's how we know they lying. Okay, but now these are the same sheriff that back in the day. Remember those three boys that they let out of jail? The two white dudes. This was back in the freedom boys, freedom fighters. Remember them? The three boys that they let out of jail at 12 o'clock at night, and they just so happened to get stopped, and the police pulled them over. And it come to find out the police had something to do with them being taken. So now you want me to believe you, Mr. Sheriff, that these boys, you have nothing, you don't, it's no foul play. Okay. Organizers of the Special Olympics Orlando event said in a statement, the reason for their departure from the game is currently unknown. But there's no foul play, he said. No foul play. These boys, there's no foul play. We don't know, but they know foul play. Okay. Okay. Stating that the well-being of these delegates is our foremost concern. Do you believe them? I'm not even going to say what I was thinking. I caught that, didn't I? No, I don't believe liars. The organization added that of the 6 men missing at the time, 5 were not at the games in the athletic capacity, and one was an adult with an intellectual disability. So if you have one that has a disability, how is he going to plan an escape to anywhere? How does he know how to do that? Somebody had to help him out. Somebody had to help him to get to where he was going. Where's the car? How did they get? How is all of this orchestrated? They're not even telling you the whole story. Okay, but let's keep going. Let's keep going. 5 were not in the games. 5 weren't even in the game. So why was they here if they weren't in the games? Okay. The athletic capacity, and 1 was an adult with an intellectual disability. So only 1 should have been in that Special Olympics, right? A spokesperson of the organizers expressed similar concern for whoever, I can't even pronounce his name. Sorry. Wilguens, Wilguens on Monday, and told the Washington Post via email that it was still not known why the Haitian delegates members departed the event. Of course, they're going to blame you for your death. Isn't that how they do it? They're going to blame them for their own disappearance. Okay. They're going to blame them for being trafficked. Wugunins, I'm probably saying his name wrong. I do apologize. Also was connected to the soccer team that went to Orlando. Wagoon was said to have been wearing red sandals, blue jeans, and a white Special Olympics shirt with the word Haiti on it when last seen. Okay. Local authorities have indicated that they have no reason to believe the health and safety of this individual is at risk. Listen to it. Listen, Linda. The spokesperson stated. A spokesperson for the Osceola County Sheriff Office said Monday evening via text message that there was no update on the 7 missing men. And they don't care because they're not going to investigate it because they already know where they are and they've been trafficked and that's where they're going to stay. Just like those in 2017 who's never been heard from, families not been notified. The governor of that country didn't even know they were gone. So some hanky-panky is happening here. If your governor didn't even know you were going out your own country, I thought you have to get visas to be able to leave the country. But no, these white folk ain't even getting visas. They are taking these kids. How they doing it? I'm not even going to speculate, but we're going to keep on reading. But I'm going to tell you what, there's some higher folk that done this, and there's some higher folk that got them folks visas, and now they're gone. How did they do that? And their own government didn't even know they were gone. Okay, let's talk about it. The spokesperson of the said Monday evening via text message that there was no update on the 7 missing men. The Special Olympics USA Games attracted more than 5,500 athletes and coaches from the nation's 50 states and the Caribbean, according to organizers. How come they didn't mess with them Caribbeans? Okay. I bet you won't mess with them Caribbeans. Go ahead, mess with them. One of the most troubled and impoverished countries in the hemisphere the Western Hemisphere, Haiti, has been wrecked by political instability. Now you're going to bring out why these boys didn't want to go back home. You're going to make it seem like their country is so bad, even though we know who had a hand, America. Oh, did I say that? America. Oh, did I say that America had the president of Haiti killed? Did I say that out loud? Oh, okay. Because he wouldn't give them the what? Okay. I'm just saying, but we're gonna continue reading. Okay, I'm just saying. So now you're gonna make it seem like it's okay, like well, they didn't want to go back home because they had political instability, food insecurity. Why do they have food insecurity when you set up there and you sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, but you can't send those same billions to Haiti? You can't send nothing, can't send no help. You reach their country and you put their country in devastation, but then they want to come here, you send them back. You even send people back to Haiti that hadn't been in Haiti for 10 years. Didn't even know they was born here, but you sent them back to Haiti. Okay. In an attempt to flee the situation, listen now, many are resorting to dangerous sea crossings. The United Nations Refugee Agency reported last month. Do you see what they just did? They're going to make you feel that because of his country being in such a bad shape, that he wanted to come over here, and this is why they probably went somewhere. We don't know. We haven't seen them, but they probably went somewhere. We don't know where they went though. But because their country is instability, has so political instability, food shortages, food insecure, and gang violence. Oh, in an attempt to flee the situation, many are resorting to dangerous sea crossings. That has nothing to do with, they were already here. That has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Where are those bodies? Why would they turn in their key and leave their clothes in that room? That's what we need. You want to tell us is no foul play. Okay, let me keep reading. Is there more? Well, I'm so sick of these sparkles. I don't know what to do. I'm sick of them. Has anyone checked Ron DeSantis' house? Oh, that's funny. Has anybody checked Ron DeSantis' house? Huh? Is there some reason why no one involved or anywhere near this vicinity is using the word asylum? Asylum. Okay, well, it doesn't take Sherlock Holmes to figure out that they probably are ensuring that they don't have to go back to Haiti. Oh my God, people are so dumb. They don't even, and half these people that's running their mouth right now is probably white. That's talking noise, talking mess. And I don't. You're not gonna tell me that these boys were just up and missing. These boys, same thing happened to them. So, they just up and ran too. Okay, they just gone. They gone. They just gone, up and gone. Nobody know where they at. They left all their clothes. They didn't take nothing. They just turned in their key and they gone. I don't believe that. Do you guys believe that? I don't believe that. But I'm sure some people probably do believe that. But let's move forward. Okay. Just keep them in your prayers, you guys. Dispatch your angels around them, because I'm so sick and tired of this happening. And we know that in this country, they're really bad on our Black men, the boys, and trafficking, missing persons when it comes to Black people. And they're not even making a big deal out of this because they think, they just disappeared. They're probably wanting to go to Canada. I think in 2017, they said, they went to Canada. Their family members or friends. We don't know which one, but they said they're fine. Well, who did you talk to? A family member or friend? They didn't have a friend's name. They didn't have a family member's friend. They didn't have an address. They didn't have a video as far as saying, hey, they're found, they're good, this is where they are. Because usually if you find somebody, you'll show a video and say, they're good. And you'll show their picture, and then you'll kind of question, well, what happened? And then they do like a small interview. No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen with these Burundis. They're still missing. They still don't know what happened to these people. But they said, the family member or friend, they didn't know which one, said that they were okay. Okay, we're gonna believe that. Okay, let's talk about our friend. Let's talk about our friend here. Okay. Let's talk a little bit. We're gonna hear just a little bit about what he has to say. And my question is, you guys, why do Black folk get offended when Black folk talk about freedom, about being free, about doing something different? Why is it that other Black folk get so offended when we talk about reparations? You got black folk getting offended, getting mad because we talking about reparations. They want, oh, you don't need no reparations. Well, honey, you speak for yourself. I need my reparations. I got plans for my reparations. I'm just saying, you might don't need none, but I need mine. So I don't know why you say you don't need none. The poorest folk around talking about what they don't need. The poorest folk around, when other folk tell you what you need, you're gonna tell them, you're gonna get mad at them. Let's do one more before we get there. I want to just let me just hear one thing. You remember when this guy said something about hold on. Do you remember this? You remember when this fella had something to say? Let's see what Ice T. Remember that time Ice T responded to what? Makes plea for Black America. We really need help. What did he say? He was trying to fight for y'all, right? Ice Cube said he's pleading with government and the private sector to come up with a solution that can help America. But black folk fought against this. Remember that? Black folk fought against that. Let's just see a little bit. Let me just see if I can find a little bit of it. I'm not gonna read all of that, but I'm just gonna read. Let's just listen to a little bit of it. Okay, just a little bit of it. I just want to hear a little bit of what he said. Just a little bit, y'all. I hope it comes on.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe,
I don't want to hear no commercials. Serious. I just want to understand why we get so offended. Oh shoot, what happened? Dang it. Why do we get so offended when we talking about being free? I don't understand that.
You're on Tropic Time now.
I want you to help me to understand why we get so upset. We got the longest commercial in America now, really.
About financial reform. And the reason I came on your show was because I knew that I'd be talking to the financial leaders in this country. And, the fact that Black people, make up 13% of this country, but we're living off of, 0.5% of the wealth, not even a percentage point of the wealth in this country should let everybody know. That should alarm everybody. And everybody should know that that's not sustainable. So that's the reason why, after coming out with the contract with Black America, I really went hard at both campaigns to see what they were going to do financially for the Black community specifically. So that was the quest.
Hold on, you guys. I thought I was sharing my screen.
Extending lending.
Hold on, you guys. I want to make sure I'm sharing my screen. Hold on. I want to make sure that I'm sharing my screen. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I think now I'm doing it. Y'all wouldn't even look
talking about $40 billion in new lending, and then that times 10 in order to allow the Black community to create businesses, start up business. Did you help him with his platinum plan in terms of that item, helping Black America create business?
What I tried to do was emphasize that, we've been under a smoke cloud of words like minority, people of color, diversity, urban, all these trick words that really puts us under all of America. We only get 2% of those programs. So I wanted to basically tell the administration that, look, Black people have paid an enormous debt. I'm talking about the descendants of slaves in this country have paid an enormous debt. There's an enormous debt owed. Some estimate that the country has lost about $16 trillion due to racism. So with these things in place, I wanted to make sure that anything being done, that we need to be at the front of this line. The Black people who've been here for centuries, who suffered here for centuries, need to be at the front of any line when it comes to helping businesses. Over the pandemic, over 43% of our businesses have shut down. Nobody's talking about that. And so I just want to make sure that, all these political people understand that we have to help a specific group of Americans to stop all this stuff that's going on in the streets, because the country is coming apart at the seams. I don't know why people don't see the real problem. It's not just police, it's financially.
Of course, it's absolutely financial. And, you heard Candace Owens as we led into this segment, and she questions why it is possible that the party of historically slavery and segregation gets 90% of the African American vote. Are people starting to understand that it hasn't happened given all of these promises? Do you believe that you are going to see change?
I don't know. What I don't want to be is clumped up with other people. They clumping me up with people like Kanye West and 50 Cent. I'm my own person. We've come up with this plan with a lot of great people, and so we just want to be taken seriously. There's a lot of people that just want you to kind of shut up and rap and all this kind of stuff, but that's not the case. What we know is we've been part of both parties at some point in American history, and our situation hasn't changed. So we have to do something different. And so, whatever that is, I'm really pleading to not only the government, but the private sector to come up with a solution that can help America. They know the numbers that I just gave out are not sustainable. And that's why we have all these problems in the street. And so,
yep.
I feel people want something different other than empty promises. Right now these are just campaign promises. That's all they are. So until somebody do something, they're just words on a piece of paper. We really need help. I'm sick of playing this political game and trying, both sides are trying to use me to gain points with the Black community. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Unless you.
Okay. Do you guys understand what he's saying? Okay. Black folk have sold out. And I'm going to come up here so I can see y'all so we can. And it took me off. Okay, here I am. Okay, y'all bear with me. Now we have sold out, right? And I'm terrible with all this. I'm doing this by myself. I'm terrible with all this. But we have sold out. And I hear people saying, well, what about the Republicans? What about Donald Trump? That's not our concern. Black folk have sold out to the Democratic Party. That's who should be doing anything for us. Why would I look for another man to supply what I need when I'm living here with my husband and I'm looking at him, but you want me to look over there at somebody else? No, the person that we have sold out to is the people that's supposed to be doing something for us. But that's not what's happening. We look and we don't even expect nothing. We look and he was trying to tell Black folk to ask for something. He had a plan, and they got on him so bad. They was trying to bankrupt the man. They really got upset with him because he told Black folk to ask for something. Black folk got mad at him. Tell me why that is. Help me to understand why. What is really going on when you can have a Black guy trying to help you to become free, but you'll sit up here and get mad at him and cuss him out because you're a hostage. He trying to free you as a hostage. He didn't got the knife and he there and he trying to, cut you loose and you sitting there cussing him out. Does that sound like something's wrong there? Something's wrong with that picture. What is wrong with that picture? I don't understand what's wrong with that picture. Can somebody please help me? Help me. Then we have Marcellus. Okay. Let's talk about that one. Let's talk about my friend Marcellus. I'm going to share my screen again. Y'all help me out, Lord. I'm going to try to share my screen again. Y'all know I'm bad with this. Oh, Lord, help me here. And let's go back in here and we're going to go to Marcellus. We're going to try to go right there. Okay. Y'all help me out. I'm so bad with this. Now, let's see what he had to say.
Running for office. He said that he was going to look into expanding the Supreme Court. I don't know what there is for him to look into. The Supreme Court can be expanded. The Supreme Court has not always been 9 seats. It's been less than 9 seats. It's been as many as 13 seats, okay? If you expand the Supreme Court, that takes away the incentive for either party to want to try to pack the court and pretty much force their ideologies on the American people. It helps make the court more reflective, more fair, and more balanced. The segregationists in chief would act if this Supreme Court was doing something that was hurting fellow segregationists. But since it's not hurting fellow segregationists, and it's more likely going to hurt black people, which is right up his Ku Klux Klan alley, he could care less.
Well, this is my opinion about not only the Supreme Court, but any kind of federal judges. I believe to keep things fair and keep judges even with modern times, their appointments should only last 10 years.
As long as the person appointed.
I want to hear some more.
Majority. Right now, they need over 60 votes. It's all about voting. It's all about voting. It makes it seem like black people just vote for some type of emotional fulfillment. They don't ever give us anything for which to vote. However, there is one aspect of the Voting Rights Act which I strongly support, and that was the provision against gerrymandering.
Let's hear some more.
Allow that. That needs to change. Appropriation of votes and votes not being counted, and I do agree Brian Kemp being allowed to run as the Secretary of State for governor. Look, he's threatening my family. He's threatening my family. Y'all, Karens are not just white women. They're also Latinas, whatever ethnicity they want to be on that particular day.
Yeah, that was interesting. They want to go back and forth with you on it, but that's been the Democrat Party's mantra, though, what she's saying. So she's kind of like lockstep in what they want to promote. But this is the thing. I know a guy personally. He owned a construction company, a white guy, and he told me that his company was hiring nothing but illegal immigrants to do construction. We talking about welding, pipe fitting, fabricators. We talking about all them high-end construction jobs.
And that's something. Won't even hire black men.
So when they say that illegal immigrants come in the country and do the jobs that we don't want to do, we'll say, well, for years, I remember growing up, all those jobs were mostly black and white men doing those jobs.
Exactly.
Even building the roads and all the stuff like that, it was never black and white men doing that. And now today, you don't even see that.
The illegal immigrants will leave on their own. But I'm going to go after the illegal immigrants as well if they think they're going to sit here and run scams and give people the impression by using fake social security numbers that they are citizens. Because that does happen too.
Yes, it does.
Car salesman, I've seen it happen.
Well, let me ask you a question here about reparations. Reparations is something that's very, very important, for
that's
Black
what
Americans.
I was looking for, you guys.
And if you just look at the model that the American government has used for Native Americans, we already have a model in place to compensate Black Americans for slavery through that same model of giving billions of dollars a year to Black Americans. Now your Clyburn here, he put up a bill specifically for Native Americans, which we know they're the $5 Indians, they're not the real ones. And Clyburn, who never did nothing for black people in your district, sat there and put up a bill to give them land. Clyburn. So what's your position on what Clyburn did? And also, do you think reparations could be modeled from how they done for Native Americans?
I want to give the full story to what Clyburn did. It's more disgusting than that. We know about him. Well, first of all, the Native American group, the tribe which he did that, they're called the Catawba Native Americans. These aren't just Native Americans. These Native Americans have a particular ugly history. They were once former enslavers of black people. And not only were they former enslavers, they were brutal former enslavers. Not only that, they also made their careers slave catching, and they were brutal slave catchers. They were so brutal that sometimes one of our unfortunate ancestors that may escape and was unfortunately captured would beg to go to the white enslavers. Before Clyburn wrote this bill in 2021 to give them more land, In 1993, when he first took office,
Listen to this.
the first thing he did was sponsor a bill to give the Catawba Native Americans special rights, privileges, recognitions, and protections. That sounds like what to you? Reparations. 1993, and the bill passed. Now, from 1993 to now, he's in a state that is very black, in a majority black district. He sat there and watched Gullah Geechee people. His wife was Gullah Geechee. He has sat there and watched us lose our land. All black Americans, 15 million acres of 16 million stolen. All the trillions of dollars in wealth going with it. Not one piece of legislation has he written for us to get land, but he does it for former enslavers. It's disgusting. And as far as do I think that model he did will work for us? Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that in spite of the fact that they keep trying to use HR 40, which, like I told his daughter, if you saw my clips on
Ain't
Twitter,
no money.
like I told her, HR 40 is not reparations.
Right.
It's simply the study
The
of reparations. We don't need no damn study. They done sent trillions of dollars to Ukrainians.
Yes. No study.
Needed, no study done.
Right.
They're not Americans. They're not even a part of NATO, so they're not even our allies. And they have gotten trillions of dollars from us. Okay, they spend $60 million a day as of April 2021 on illegal immigrants.
Yes.
In California alone, that's not statewide.
Yes.
$60 million just in California alone. No study needed.
No
study done. Only thing I will model that Clyburn has done is that he could have done for us, but he didn't. If he took his pen and he wrote legislation to get reparations for these Native Americans, he could have taken that same damn pen and wrote something for Black Americans who are descendants of American slaves.
Yes.
It would not be based on our race. It will be based on our lineage. He hasn't. I am going to do that. But my reparations bill is going to go further than what he's done for these Catawba Native Americans. We're going to have special recognition, rights, privileges, and protection, all right? But we're also going to have our special police force.
Come on,
We're also going to have the Freedmen's Bureau return. We're also going to have direct monetary payments, which I don't think the Catawba Native Americans get that. Some Native American tribes do, but I don't think they're one. So I'm going to go further than what he's done.
Well, you know, in the words of Clyburn, why y'all effing with him? He the one that done the bill.
All right. Which is a lie, by the way. They said that too. His daughter said that too. I packed her to go break it, like I said. Corn muffins, collard greens, red rice, and fried fish, and put the aluminum foil over it.
Okay, family. Let me come back to see. Okay, let's discuss this. Let's discuss this. Hold on. Let's see if I can stop sharing here. I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay. I'm getting it, y'all. Y'all see that I'm getting it. Let's discuss that. What was wrong with what he was saying? Why did most Black people in South Carolina not vote for newness? Why is it that we keep voting for the same people over and over and over who show us that they don't care, who don't do nothing for you? Why is it that we have a hard time moving forward? What is holding us back? What is holding us in this space that we cannot think freedom, that we cannot think that, man, it's time to do something different? Why are we so stuck in right here in this chair, knowing that there's fire around us, but we have a door to get out, but we won't move? Is it fear? Is it scared of change? What is it? I don't understand. You have an opportunity to be free. You have an opportunity to do something different. You had an opportunity to say, yes, we're tired of what you're doing. And this right here shows me that even when the rest of the Black Caucus, or when it's time to vote them out, a lot of Black people that are older people, that it's probably time for them to die off. That's the Moses generation. That's the ones that are holding us back. And the ones that will sit up here and listen to Roland Martin to tell you that you don't need nothing, that you just go ahead and vote for blue. Doesn't matter what they do or not. Long as it's not a Republican, long as it's not, a Trump, long as it's not, but you have a Trump. You got a Biden Trump, because Trump did the most to Black people. And we keep giving him a pass. Tell me why. Why are we giving white supremacy a pass? For real, you're being black. You're not supposed to have anybody over you but somebody black. We're totally out of line, totally against what we believe in. There is no reason why we feel or think we should feel that black folk is only people, but we don't want one over us. They have us so they have us so mind warped that we feel like we can't, we don't want anybody over us but a white person, because we've been so sold out to believe that if we got somebody white over us, they're gonna do right by us. Well, let me ask you a question. We've had white folk over us since what? We came from up under them in 1963. We turned around and got back up under them. And how's that been going for us? How's that been going? You remember in the Bible when God asked the Israelites, or asked Samuel to ask the people if they wanted a king over them or if they wanted him. And what they say, we want to be like everybody else, we want a king. So he looked, and Samuel cried, and he just knew, because he knew God showed him what was going to happen if they put a king over them. He was going to kill your children, kill your husband, kill your wives. He was going to treat you bad. He showed Samuel that. So when they told Samuel asked, why are they rejecting? He said, they're not rejecting you, Samuel. They're rejecting me. We are so busy trying to bring detriment to us for them, because they don't like us and we don't like us. So we'll allow them to lead us by the nose. We allow them to teach our children LGBT. We allow them to put our boys in dresses. We allow them to tell you don't want a man. We allow them to separate our families. We allow them to put drugs in our neighborhood. We allowed a lot of stuff when we could have stood up against this and fought against it and be like, no, you're not going to sell that stuff. We could have got on them drug dealers, the older people, because that boy, if you don't put that stuff down, the dads was in the house. The dads still had that control. All they had to do was stand on that. Businesses should have been established. We should have been doing a whole lot more back in the day. And we was in churches. Churches could have been training us. Churches could have been saying, hey, we know this is happening right now. We're not going to buy into it. This is what white supremacy look like. They're trying to take your mindset. We're not going to let them keep our children. We're not going to let them babysit our children. We're not going to let them educate our children. We're going to come in and we're going to stick among us. We're going to do what we need to be doing. But that's not what the church did. The church sold out. Remember, the church, your pastor was the ones that agreed with Margaret Sanger when Margaret Sanger was trying to abort you. Remember, the church, the black church, partnered up with Margaret Sanger. When Margaret Sanger came to them and was talking about abortions, black churches partnered up with her. That's how I knew then something's wrong with this picture. Something is wrong here. If you got a black church, a black pastor teaming up with white supremacy, trying to tell you it's okay to abort your babies, but guess what? What you do to us happens to you, because now this thing is coming full circle. This thing is coming full circle, right? And we don't understand it. Everything they do to us happens to them. But I'm going to tell you what, if we got to the point where we decide to stand up and fight against all of what we see, we'd have some backup. We wouldn't have to fight by ourselves. We've never had to fight anything by ourselves. But we have gotten so traumatized, so abused, that we don't even think that we deserve anybody standing up for us. We don't deserve somebody to fight for us. We don't deserve to be free. We deserve to be just where we are. We deserve, because we killing ourselves is what they say. But we know that it's not just us killing us. I heard a young lady that was saying that, was talking bad about black people. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, you're blaming the victims for our situation. You're blaming black people for the way we are, the predicament we're in, the laws that was passed. You're blaming us for them putting us through hell. You're blaming the victims, and you're allowing the ones that hurt the victims to get a pass. Why? What is going on with black people that we have to get to a place where we allow Democrats to do anything to us? As long as they blue, I'm gonna keep voting for them. Like, well, we gonna get there by and by. I don't know when we gonna get there, but we gonna get there. We just have to keep on voting. For how much longer? For how much longer? But you don't keep the heat on the black looking people with the white supremacist mindset who come against you all the time. Roland Martin. Did you see him put Marcell on his show? But he told you to vote though, didn't he? but he wouldn't support Marcellus. Why? Tell me why he didn't invite Marcellus on his show. Does anybody know? Does anybody care? Tell me why Marlon Martin wouldn't put Marcellus on his show. Why do you think? He didn't sold y'all out. Y'all talked about Grandmaster J. Y'all talked about, now I have guys talking about Marcellus like a dog. Why are you talking about a man that tried to do something for everyone out there that had their mouth on Marcellus? Shame on you. What the hell have you tried to do? Just answer me that. Answer me that. When Grandmaster was trying to do something with black people, y'all talked about him. I ain't never heard nobody talk about Roland Martin, who's doing absolutely nothing for black people, but telling you to stay blue and vote no matter who. And you doing it like dummies. And you're stuck in doing stuff that don't make no sense. And you won't do nothing for yourself. But you so busy trying to have something to say against a man that's doing something. But you ain't doing nothing. And you coming against your own like that, but you say you love black folk. People like that, I find out you have some young black men that don't have no daddies, ain't got no positive, does not have a positive male role model. So I hear them doing a lot of this talk. Thank you, honey. I hear them doing a lot of negative talk when it comes to positive black men, masculine black men, real black men. I hear them doing a lot of negative talk about them. I hear it all the time. And I'm looking at these young folks. We got young men. We're talking about some young men, 32, 34, up in that age group. Okay. They have gotten so rebellious when it comes to older black men, like Doc Grandmaster, okay, NFAC. They are so threatened by this masculine. They're not used to the masculinity. They've gotten their advice from some old crazy black man who still believe that he can have 15 women, who believe that, he's a pimp, or still he driving an old Cadillac, thinking back in the day in the 70s, still got his hair in a perm. I'm just saying, these are young black men that don't have a positive role model, who are amongst themselves, just like women, just amongst themselves, spreading poison amongst themselves, agreeing with themselves, who sound like fools if you really hear them, because they sitting up there talking about black women like a dog, instead of understanding that black women have been through a lot of hell. Black women have been through a lot of hell by black men, and black men the same. You can't blame one from the other. You cannot take this blame and put it on a black woman, because our sons, your sons, are not coming up right, and your sons who you abandoned, who you're not taking care of, sitting up here walking around in a dress. But you try to blame black women because you said, well, y'all raised them. Well, where were you? I mean, it's so much that we can point, but when are we going to stop pointing, and when are we going to try to walk into being free? It's time for us to be free. It's time for us to walk into freedom. You cannot always, let me just say one thing. Marcell Dixon, he did try, okay? And I'm not saying that he didn't do a bad job. He didn't do the best job, but this is helping him for next time. I hope and pray he does not give up. I believe that he can try it again, and he may not win the next time either, but I guarantee you if he keep trying, he will win. But I think we need to support him. I think we need to support that brother, and I hope and pray that he does not give up and he continue moving forward, because I really do believe that it's time for us to be free. And sometimes you don't get there the first time, but if you keep on, we cannot stop. We cannot stop like building. You know how you be tearing down stuff, then you get tired, and then you quit. But it's like you right there at the door. We can't get tired, y'all. We got to keep on trying. I hope he continues to stay on Jim Clyburn's head, and to continue, even though he has 2 years. The election is November. He's going to make the primaries or whatever. But I think that he needs to stay on Clyburn's head, and continue for the next 2 years, and continue being on the shows, continue doing interviews, continue collecting money. Continue. And I do believe that the next time he will win. But we can't shame him when y'all ain't doing nothing. Y'all sitting up there talking, running your gums, which you always do, for clout, for money, for whatever reason. But you're not building. You're not coming up with no conclusion. All you can do is break somebody down, pull somebody down because you don't agree with the way they did stuff. Well, what the hell are you doing? I hear people they talked about in the NFAC. Well, I could do better. Well, what are you doing? I don't see nobody taking this pot. I don't see nobody standing up saying, let me show you how it's supposed to be done. Let me show you how I would do it. Let me show you how he should have did it. Nobody's doing it. Y'all did a lot of talk, but didn't nobody take step in those footsteps, did it? Everybody's scared as hell to do anything for themselves, scared to free yourself, scared to do something different, scared of what? Of change? Scared to what? You're going to go to jail? Scared you're going to die? Scared you're going to get shot? At least you died doing something. Right now, we're dying doing nothing. We died not even protecting our families. We died. A guy walked in the store and shot how many people? Started in the parking lot. Nobody could call nobody and say, hey, we need some guns up here. You ain't had nobody to call, no team, no buddies, but you call buddies for everything else. But you couldn't call nobody. When you saw this white guy coming up in the parking lot shooting folks, then came into the store. Nobody thought to lock the door. Nobody thought to get something. Nobody thought of anything. Nobody thought to help. Nobody thought to call something. We got to do better, family. You got to try. You cannot just sit there and just wait for what? Well, we're going to wait till, we're going to wait. What are you waiting to what? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? If you don't be free, ain't nobody going to free you. You got to free yourself. At least this young man tried. I'm proud of him. He tried. And I hope he continues trying. Because if I lived in South Carolina, I'd have been right there. I'd have been at the polls. I'm serious. Because he had a good message. And that's who I will vote for. Somebody that has a good message that's going to do something for Black people. If you're not going to do anything for Black people, why are you running your mouth? Right now, I think it's a good idea for us to start running locally. Because we can get reparations locally. But I do believe that right now is the time for us to be planning for him to run again. And continue paying. Continue pouring money into him. Continue pouring money into him because it's going to take more advertising. He's going to have to get on more platforms. He's going to spend more time in his neighborhoods. He's going to spend more time in South Carolina talking to the people. Maybe have a dinner or not a fish fry. Maybe a chicken fry or something. I'm just saying. Do something different. People love spaghetti and chicken. Black folk love the spaghetti, love some chicken. I'm just saying. Maybe you can have a chicken fry or barbecue or something different. Okay. Let's not do what James Clyburn doing in a fish fry. But my thing is he tried. And that right there, you can't put your mouth on that because he did something that a whole lot of Black folk are afraid to do or won't do for whatever reason. He tried. So let's give it to our brother. Let's appreciate him for trying. Let's appreciate him for at least trying. I mean, come on. Ain't no sense in us dogging a brother out because we jealous. We got some issues. You can't come on now. You sat up here, and there's people actually out there putting their mouth in this brother. And I'm looking at them like, are you kidding? But you ain't doing nothing. You ain't done nothing. But run your mouth. You stay on YouTube doing shows, being negative about your own and talking about you woke. I'm running for Republicans. I got more voting for the Republican. Why not us vote for our own? Why not vote for our own political party? Why not us build a nation within a nation? Why not us start to get our land? If you're going to stay here, get you some land. Get you some Black folk, 10 Black folk. Remember that one family, the 100 family that got all that land, 100, it was 10 families that got 100 acres of land. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you growing? Why aren't you bringing your monies together? Why aren't you doing something besides talking noise about a Black person that's trying? I don't understand. Nobody can help me here. Nobody can help me to understand what is going on with Black people that we always go against our own when we see them trying to take us into a positive direction, into a direction that's going to help you to get free. Y'all so scared. I heard somebody say, oh man, Grandmaster Jay was going to get us killed. Dummy, you already died. You didn't realize that? You already died. You're dying every day by the hands of the gangsters in America, the police. You're dying every day. Just like that Lloyd, Patrick Lloyd. They killed that boy, executed him. And thank God, I cannot believe that they're actually going to arrest, or they did arrest the police officer that killed him. I can't believe that. But guess what? When are you going to do something different besides run your mouth? When are you going to free your people? When are you going to stand up and do something different and try to get some healing? Because the only way I can understand you running your mouth about Black people the way you do is because you hurt people hurt. That's all I'm going to say. Hurt people, and they continue hurting people because they have their own hurt. And if I can hurt you, then I can get I can keep the attention off of my pain. because I'm over here dogging you out. I'm over here running my mouth against you. I'm over here, trying to make you feel bad because you tried to do something positive for Black people, but you didn't make it. Ha 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 ha. You failed. You tried, and for what reason? What does that matter? Why would we do that? I just can't understand it. But I keep saying it's two types of Black folk. Okay, one that's really wanting to be free, and then you got the one that's saying they want to be free, and they ain't trying to be free for real. And they'll say they won't. But then anybody that come along to try to do something different, they run their mouth against them. They run their mouth against them. Go ahead, keep running your mouth. Nothing's going to change if we don't change it for ourselves. You can wait on white supremacy. You can wait on them, but it's not going to change until you make it happen for yourself. I did not want to be on here long. I just wanted to come up here and to mention my boy and to have a little bit to say about what I thought about Ice Cube. And I do want to share my screen one more time because I don't think I did it right about my babies. I want to share my screen one more time because I do want to bring this up and then I'm going to be done. I want to share my screen about my babies. And I just want to show them one more last time. Let's not forget our babies. Okay. Let's not forget the Burundi high school robotic team that came up missing. This one happened in 2017. Okay. I'm hoping I'm still not sharing my screen. Hold on, you guys. I want to share my screen. Okay. Hold on. Am I showing my screen now? Okay. I think I'm sharing my screen. Let's not forget about our babies. Okay. They came up missing in 2017. Okay. These are our babies. Okay. Let's keep them covered. These are 2017. These are the first 6 that came up, and I'm sure it was some before them. And then let's not forget about our 7. Okay. Let's not forget about our 7. Hold on. Let me see if I can find them up, pull them up. Let's not forget about them. Okay. These are our babies. Okay. The 7th member. You're not going to tell me that these boys just walked away. Those boys are, and they probably didn't even understand. Well, I think that Haiti, would they speak French and English? I think in Haiti. But these are our babies. And I do believe that some hanky-panky happened to them. And you're not going to tell me that it didn't, because this country is toxic. This country, we're going to do a story on missing children. And we're going to do a story on missing women and children and missing men in this country that they don't even talk about. And this story, they talked about it maybe one time, and now they're done talking about it. And that's what they was counting on. And that's why those boys are missing now, because they know that nobody's going to talk about Black men. Nobody's going to talk about Black children. We don't even talk about them. We'll just assume, oh yeah, they probably somewhere hiding. They don't want to go back to Haiti. And that's what they want you to think. But I do believe that something happened to them. I think their chaperone had something to do with it. But white folk, we don't never look at them. When they do dirt, they can do whatever kind of dirt. And that's why they do the most to Black people, because they know nobody going to talk about it. If you do something to them Black boys, ain't nobody going to talk about it. And they didn't. We don't even care about our own. We don't care. Haiti don't even care. We have people here that belong to this country that are from Haiti, and they're not even talking about their own. So it's almost like, well, why do we care about it? Because those are our brothers. Haiti that's our brothers and sisters. You guys can treat each other like white folk, like white folk want you to, but these are our babies. And these are, and you're not going to tell me something didn't happen to them. But family, I'm done for the day. I didn't want this to be a hot topic. I didn't want us to be on here indefinite. I just wanted to kind of bring it to our attention that we need to get busy and we need to start doing something for us. And let's not forget the foundation. And so I have the Cash App up here because I'm trying to do something and I can't do it by myself. I want to do it nationwide. I should put the phone number up here. I put the emails, Ram in the Bush email. I put raminthebush.com, the foundation. You can go up there. You can ask questions. You can see the site. You can look at the site. You can pass it on, like and share as you come in. Even the ones that's going to watch the show after we're done, after the live is finished, you're going to come on and watch. I want you to like and share. Let's try to get to 500 at least by the end of this month. Can we do that, family? Can we at least get to 500? I usually don't say anything because it's not been important, but I really want to see if we can do that. Let's get to 500. If you like what I'm saying, why not share it? Am I talking sense or am I talking crazy? I mean, why keep all this good to yourself? Why keep all of me to yourself? Just spread the love, spread the news, spread the Cassie. I'm just saying. But thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for participating. Thank you for just thank you for taking time out to watch. But we're going to say bye for now. And you guys have a good week, rest of your week, and a good weekend, because it is the weekend, right? Do something fun. Be safe. Keep your head on the swivel and take your leaf blowers with you. Okay? Don't leave home without them, family. Peace, family. And I'll be back. I'm getting ready to go out of town. So I don't know about next Sunday, but maybe we'll see. We'll see how the internet is there. Peace, family.